Hi everyone, and welcome to Lake Oswego United Church of Christ. My name is Adam Erickson, and I'm here with Frank. Hi Frank.
Hi Adam, how are you doing?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today.
I love it, thank you.
Good. Well, I thought that I would invite Frank to come in and ask him 3 questions about his life's journey. So, Frank, the first question is, what was church like for you growing up?
Well, actually, there was not much of a church for me when I was growing up. Although I was baptized as Roman Catholic, my parents decided not to go to church very often.
Okay.
And so there was no real religious teaching or training. And I went to public school, and my friends went to, Catholic school. And so it was kind of an interesting growing up, because I would hear them talking about certain things, and I would say, "No, what does that mean?" And just kind of not knowing.
Yeah. So you were curious about what your friends were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why did they get a confirmation name and I didn't?
Right. Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's funny. Yeah. So over time you got interested enough in church to start attending a church?
Yeah, I did. There was a church right down the street from us, and one of my girlfriend in high school was going to church, and she drugged me into church, and I started liking it, and so then when I went to college, there was some of us on the football team that would go to church every Sunday, and so kind of kept that up until I got disillusioned with what they were saying, and kind of went on from there as kind of not an agnostic as much as I wonder if this is true.
Yeah. Was it something in particular that they were saying that led you to be disillusioned?
Well, I think that it was the rigidity of you got to genuflect, you got to do this, you got to kneel now, you got to stand up, and then actually the incident that kind of put it over the edge was people were leaving, during the last verse of the last hymn, and the priest stopped and said, "Church is not over until the last word of the last verse is sung. Wow. And all you people that are leaving, are not doing the right thing." And at that point, I got up and left with them. I said, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah. Yeah.
There's too many rules.
Too many rules and kind of a hostile spirit, an angry, not very loving spirit.
Yeah, it was a lot of shaming, a lot of, if you don't do the right thing, God will get you in the end, and that kind of stuff. And that's how I got disillusioned with, the religion I had as I was growing up.
Yeah. So how did what faith over time has transformed for you? What you were disillusioned with that, something about it didn't seem right, but how did you come to a different understanding of faith? What does faith mean to you today?
Well, when I think back on it, it started, again, in high school when, here we are going to the football game, and, I'm praying, God be with us and help us win the game. Wow. And all of a sudden I think, there's somebody else on another bus saying the same thing to the same God. This can't be true. This can't,
You are both pitting God against each other.
Yeah, you're right. So then I started exploring, the concept of God more and more, and I always came to the conclusion that even if the Big Bang happened, what was before the Big Bang? Yeah. And my answer is God. If someone had to create the world, and it had to come from somewhere. And so then as I was, going through life after college, I sporadically went in and out of church, but I always had the faith that there was a higher force. And, come to believe that maybe that higher force is really something within us, a spiritual connection for the forces of good versus the forces of evil that I was seeing a lot over the years that I was growing up.
Yeah. So the forces of good and the forces of evil.
Right.
Yeah.
Sundays were like, well, we'll come together and we'll be good.
Yeah.
And then Monday we'll go back to the, dog eat dog world and not be good.
Yeah.
And then if we confess, we'll be cleaned up for, a few days, and then we can do something else. And we can always confess and be taken care of. And I thought that doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. So how do you get what happens on Sunday to continue with you throughout the week and actually change your life?
Yes, that's the struggle I think that we all have.
Yeah.
And I think coming to LOUCC has shown me a way of doing that.
Okay.
Of being able to say, it's not just a Sunday offering to God, it's a way of living.
Yeah. So this is what Lake Oswego United Church of Christ, part of what it has meant to you is to get you to live out your faith throughout the week, throughout the year.
Exactly.
Throughout your life.
Yeah. And to be able to not be concerned about expressing my faith. Because, again, when I was growing up, you were either one or the other, and if you weren't, then you didn't say anything. And so, but now all of the good that I've wanted to do in the world, being an environmentalist, has kind of come in fruition, come together, in this one church, United Church of Christ, that I said, wow, it's all here. We have social justice, we have environmental justice, we have outreach, we have, Black Lives Matter as a purpose, and we share the church with the Jewish congregation. It's the way things should be in the world, and according to my mind.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's interesting because a lot of us liberal, progressive Christians feel a lot of baggage with the term Christian.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But you've been able to kind of take that term on and have it mean something meaningful to you. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been able to kind of get rid of the Christian baggage.
Yeah.
And say, whether it's Christian or Buddhist or Hindu, or Muslim, in all of the teachings, it's, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Mm. And, that's the way I try to live my life. And, the church here has enabled me to do that, in a way that I haven't been able to do in the past.
Mm. That's a wonderful thing.
I like it.
It's good. It's awesome. Well, Frank, thank you so much for spending this time with us and helping us to get you to know you a little better.
Oh, Adam, thank you for asking me. This is a great opportunity for me.
Awesome. Thanks. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Once again, Lake Oswego United Church of Christ, we begin worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Hope to see you this Sunday. Until then, grace and peace be with you. Bye-bye. This is Adam Erickson, reminding you that wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome to join us at 10:30 each Sunday at Lake Oswego United Church of Christ, 1111 Country Club Road in Lake Oswego, Oregon. If you want to learn more about our church, you can find more of my videos on YouTube, and you can explore our website at loucc.org. To reach out to our pastor, Jenny Ott, or to our sabbatical pastor, Linda Jaramillo, or to me, you can call 503-635-4348. Until next time, grace and peace be with you.